Clank.
Clank, clank.
Oh.
Clank, clank. We forgot to get the clank, clank.
I'm going to get it. I think it's not too late. I'm going to do it while we do the introduction.
Okay. I know you guys have no idea what we're talking about, but mid-sentence, we were like, oh yeah, we forgot this thing and that thing.
We forgot 3 things.
We forgot many things today. I'm really off my game because I am not in my usual location. I am in my clubhouse at my apartment complex because I posted this morning. They are testing the fire alarms and they go into every single unit to do this. And it is like all day long. So all day long, about every 5 minutes, the fire alarm goes off. So I figured you folks would not want to hear that throughout the episode.
Sounds like torture.
Sounds like slight torture. So I'm actually up we have a little conference room. I had to reserve it. And then you can see in the background, the clubhouse is down there, but trying to turn so I don't get people in my background. But it's this glass conference room. So everybody can see me right now. Probably what the hell is she doing? Anyway, let's get things tweeted out. Let's, let people know we are live. Very excited that today this is our first official Clanker Spotlight Partnership Day. So every Monday, we're going to have Clanker as our partner, and we'll be giving a little spotlight on Clanker things at the top of the hour. As well as today, we have the Minted merch crew popping in, and they got a lot of Clankerish things going on. So, Adrienne, one other thing that you don't even know. You haven't even seen this yet. You have no idea what I'm about to even show you. We have a new intro that incorporates Clanker, and we have a new outro as well. So
I love when I get to see new things.
I know she has not even seen this yet. This is brand spanking new. So she's seeing it with all of you. And so let's get officially started, and we'll be back in 66 seconds. This one's a little smidge longer. Here we go. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. This episode of GM Farcaster is powered by Clanker. Each Monday, we'll bring you the latest news from the Clanker team and highlight the builders innovating with Clanker and Farcaster. Visit clanker.world to launch your token and check out all the new features that Clanker V4 has to offer. Thank you, Clanker, for sponsoring GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Monday, September 29th, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news, followed by a chat with the Minted merch crew. And I'm really excited about that. Got to hang out with Kat and Savage at Base Camp this year. And you think you met them last year and you just realized it at Base Camp.
Yes, I just realized when I was watching your recap and I saw Kat, I was like, I know Kat, and I hung out with her and Savage on a bus, and I was
on a random bus.
Yeah, I think it was like a bus to base. I can't remember. I'm like, where were we? But I know you from a bus, like a shuttle somewhere.
I've been on a shuttle with you somewhere. All right, let me let a couple more people know we are live now,
And the chat is lively today. We got a ton of people saying hello, everyone. So if you're watching somewhere not in our chat, you can chat on Twitter, but YouTube's the most lively one.
Yeah, you can chat on Twitter. We'll see it, but everyone else won't.
But we can't chat back to you.
And we can't. Well, yeah, it's not. Yeah, we can't.
Not
right. It's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same.
Anyway, like my shirt.
I love your shirt. I've got my hat. I forgot my shirt, but I also have this amazing bag that was made by Minted Merch, and I just ordered the t-shirt that goes with it. So excited about that, and excited to chat with them.
We're going to be shilling Clanker, so if you have a problem with that, you can just exit.
Mondays it's going to be a lot of Clanker talk. I mean, not much more than usual. You'll see a few little branding things, but we talk a lot about Clanker in general. All right, but let's dive in. We've got some other things going on, so let's get to it. And first up, this from our friend Brad Q, 29 seconds of Farcaster. What did you miss this weekend? Some good discussion about Sky Castle project and launch. I find that in moments like these, when there is a debate over a project, when I'm sure it's not fun for the people, well, I'm sure it's not fun for the people involved, those of us observing can learn a great deal about the space and how things work. Here are 3 thoughtful casts from those involved that can lead you elsewhere. So this, they shared from Toady, he shared from Toady Hawk, it's Basil and Derek, but I also saw a really good one from Debbie and Garrett that happened after our show over the weekend. So there was a lot of continued discussion on this, and hopefully, learn a little bit and move on, and hopefully the project is super successful. I really hope so. This also continuing on, Fungible announced Play LARP, a weekly crypto fantasy game where you select your tokens for the week and hodl to see who wins the week. It sounds like fantasy football, but for tokens. Early access right now, so just beta access at the moment. Try Emerge by A-Town continues to capture the imagination on the timeline, which is rare. 10 days straight of people enjoying creating workflows to stylize your PFP. More use cases coming, and it's costing me a lot of money. So I told him to stop making good things because it's just getting expensive. I really love it. I really, really love it. I have a Peanuts one that I'm going to show you later that is just way too cute. Bracky was busy this weekend with European football, American football, the Ryder Cup, and the baseball season ending. Bracky on the weekends is now a staple FC activity for many. Betterment held a Ponder contest for an art piece this week, and after a good turnout of voters, Valentina Art was the winner. Congratulations. She will create an art piece for a spin day this week and will make about $600 in support. That's what Better does. And then us, GM Farcaster today with their first Clanker Caster Monday. How did you know? I didn't even mention that term. With Cat, Cartel, and Savage. That's just really funny because no, seriously, hold on. I didn't even show you this either. I've been busy. I was doing a lot of things. So yeah, I've got Clanker Caster branding ready to go. So there you go. Was that a clank? And we've got a Clankcaster spotlight. We're ready. We're ready for this. It's funny.
Okay, done.
Yeah, that's not going to get annoying. Better than the gong. Better than the gong. This from V. Video uploads are broken due to Cloudflare outage. This was a couple days ago. Hope to be back soon. We thought it was over, but this morning Humpty was having a problem. Anyone else was uploading video to Farcaster. So if you're having momentary issues with this, it could be a Cloudflare issue. It seems like this has been popping up more and more. So try again later. But I was able to upload something this morning, so I think it is working now, but be on the lookout. This also from B, looking for feedback on the warplet. Wallet. Please share things you like, things that annoy you, or feature requests you have. All your input is valuable and helps us keeping improving the app. So if you have any suggestions, put them here. I think the one big suggestion that I have that I know is already on the way, which was I want to be able to click on a token, see all my activity for it without having to go to base scan or whatever. So I know that's coming and that will be amazing. This from our friend Balaji, all Farcaster network staters that are in town for token 2049 or Solana Apex should come. So this is in regards to Network State. This year's Network State Conference is on this Friday, October 3rd in Singapore. Our speakers will include Vitalik, Brian Johnson, Ben Horowitz, Brian Armstrong, Amjad Masad, Ranveer. Okay, I'm just going to stop because I'm going to mess up so many names. I believe Dan is also one of the speakers. I think that he recorded. I think that's what that recording was that he did with Balaji. I'm pretty sure. So I
did see. Yeah, I saw him on the list. So Balaji has the blog post lists every speaker, and I did see Farcaster on there.
Yeah, so it's coming up on Friday. It actually was pretty good to watch as a stream. It wasn't too bad. Like some things don't, I feel like, translate well, but that was pretty much felt like probably the same scenario. And so I'll probably be watching while I'm doing other things. It'll come on really early in the United States, by the way.
Right.
Like early morning. So
next year we're going to be there in person.
Maybe it'll be the year. I don't know. We'll see.
Just manifesting.
Manifest it. It's possible. I feel like sometime after next year is a possibility. Like this year, it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going anywhere while that far away. Well, I still have a child at school, but maybe next year. One of the other things we're seeing people getting upset about lately is follower count. This is from Catch 0x22. Oh, your follower count dropped first time. The first time meme, because I'm seeing some increased people a little perturbed. So we saw a few things. This is from Dwayne. People losing followers on Farcaster is actually a good thing because it trains your brain to accept the impermanence of things, especially fake and superficial social signals. Higher spirituality, lower numerically. I'm like, wow, that was really deep.
Yeah. It's a feature. It's a feature, not a bug. We are all becoming higher.
All becoming higher. This is from Kate Cornish. Farcaster is the only platform where the more notifications I have about people following me, the less number of followers I have, actually, which is true. And then this is from, hold on. This is from Antimo FM. The ongoing follower purge is a real problem. And Jay Valeska and Kate Cornish make valid points that it feels bad, but I want to make a different point, hence the QC. It's a problem because it kind of makes the number of followers useless as a metric. I currently have 56K followers, but 126K at the protocol level, over 2x as many, many such cases, by the way. Similar numbers here, and Adrienne's are even higher. Sure, social algos are always a bit of a black box. It's best to decouple input from output, yada, yada. But how can I possibly gauge my progress if I appear to be losing thousands of followers per week without a real reason? How do I know if I'm actually losing followers or how many? A few people made very cool growth dashboards. Tanny and Fun come to mind, but what good are those numbers if those numbers are unreliable or meaningless? I understand this is a hard problem and the team is surely working on it, but I still wanted to give my 2 cents, especially since I have recently started focusing more on X and their approach is different. Spam and bots are a big problem there too, but they have not purged followers, which is a problem. 2 last points. The follower purge was announced. Good. But unless I'm wrong, it was supposed to be a one-off event. If purging has become an announced and ongoing process, that's not good. Could the purge have been voluntary? Could it be an option going forward? That's interesting. When I looked at Twitter again after years, I read a few articles, and one suggestion was to manually purge irrelevant or inactive followers. You can actually remove a follower without blocking and muting them in order to get a more realistic follower count. I did that, went from 300 to 150 followers, and now I'm over 1K, but it's accurate number. I'm watching it closely, and I can tell when strategy is falling flat, or making people unfollow me. Okay, so I think there is some relevance here to numbers. If you depend, I think that's an interesting point. It is a metric by which you can measure if something's working, especially around marketing. I think in particular, that's an important metric. We, take note of those things because it does help us also in terms of when we're talking to sponsors to give an idea about how many people we're reaching or potentially reaching, et cetera. So, there's a good point of you don't want those numbers to be artificial. Let me rephrase that. Some people don't want those numbers to be artificial. A lot of people don't care. They don't care if the numbers are artificial. So, thoughts?
Um,
and this is a good point. Dan has said purges will happen regularly because bots never go away. Yeah, he has said.
Yeah, I don't have any new thoughts that we haven't talked about before, but I guess it's just worth bringing up, especially for people who are new to Farcaster and may not have been around for the discussions around follower count. I mean, I think in social media, everyone's looking at your follower count as some arbitrary value of like how well you're doing and what your worth is. Guess what? It's not your worth.
There we go. That's the only thing we're here for, Adrienne.
Yes, your follower count is not your worth. Don't even look at the numbers. You're good enough, strong enough, smart enough, and people like you. I started noticing, even before I saw people notice, I started noticing my follower count go down.
Sure.
I don't really even check it that often, but the reason I noticed is I started noticing, I think this was it Kate who wrote it? All of a sudden I was getting more followers. Like I was getting back to notifications of like new people are following you. So then I checked and my follower count had gone down by a few thousand. So back
truly
to
the only platform where that happens.
My follower count only goes in one direction, but that's also because it was artificially high in the beginning. And I guess
and especially if you were on the autofill list at any point, it's definitely high. It's definitely artificially high because there are people on there who don't even realize they're following you. Like probably not at this point, but back in the day, like you would just automatically be following those people. So yeah, we get it. I get it, but it's not your worth. It is not your worth, people. It's okay. All right, moving on. We talk about this periodically because, as noted, it's going to happen. They're going to keep doing it.
It is cool though. Just one thing though, and if you are new, it is kind of the reason I do like that this comes up is because it forces you to think about protocol versus client.
Yeah.
So you just don't have to do that when you're on any of these other platforms. It's like whatever the platform tells you, they're the only one there. That's the arbiter of truth. So Twitter tells you how many followers you have. LinkedIn will tell you your connections, whatever. So it's just a cool thought exercise to be like, oh, I have 140,000 followers. I just checked on the protocol. Thank you, Nadar. Cool. But then Farcaster app is showing 60,000. The base app shows a slightly different number. Yeah. And it's like, as a user, it's like, yeah, that's confusing. But as a person who's following decentralized social, it's just cool. Like what different apps are free to kind of make a different definition of what they want to show you. Also, there's probably an opportunity for a client that doesn't show you any followers and you have a completely different, like your feed has nothing to do with who you follow. It's going to show you something else. So maybe these are the curas, which are channel-based follows or whatnot. So
don't know what DGen. Yeah, I have no idea what DGen's planning with their new client. That could be really interesting too. And what I do find is when I do go on to other clients, I do see different things. Yeah. So it does give me a different perspective on on the same content, but I'm seeing totally different things.
Right.
Yeah.
And this
it does feel weird.
The base app in Farcaster definitely feels weird. And I think that's actually why it's good to talk about, right? Because if you're coming over from any other social, you're like, I don't get this place, I'm out, go back and using something that doesn't feel weird. Like, no, but it feels weird because it's, I'm going to say feature, not a bug. And if you believe in a world of like multiple competing clients with a single protocol, like it's, I think, get used to it feeling weird. Like it shouldn't feel weird in the future, but it does now.
It does right now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it's the same feed, so it should be the same, but it's not. But surprise, especially if you don't realize it and you're not familiar. So I think that's the other reason we talk about it periodically is because there's always new people coming in, especially with base app right now.
Yeah.
All right, this from Leo Henkels. Was pretty locked into football in the Ryder Cup today and tried to stay off my phone. Cool to see my algo full of sports on here. Doesn't happen often, and I think it's a net positive for Farcaster. It was all sports all the time, all weekend. And not in a bad way, but just like Bracky takeover. Yeah, exactly. Narrative violation, but Bracky takeover big time. I mean, if you don't see that that's Bracky coded, I can't help you because it's all coming from that activity. Just people paying more attention and also a different focus as well. So because you're seeing it through the lens of sort of playing with your friends, if you will. So yeah, a lot of fun. This was interesting. Speaking of your worth, Justin here, looks like I'm on 866-day cast streak. Not sure if I'm a QDAO or I need to touch more grass. And here's what and you, dude, on the other hand, speaking of touching,
we need to stage an intervention.
Hey, I think it's fine. This is Adrienne, who is obviously touching grass because, sorry, I was touching grass, cast 13 days. Mine was 575 days. And here's the funny thing. Here's the really funny thing. It's wrong. I'm positive it's wrong. I think my old casts are gone because I was like, what day was 576 days ago? And it was March 2nd. And it was a Saturday. And do you know where we were? You were with me. You were with me.
Were we at ETH Denver?
We were. And
2024.
And it was Saturday.
Oh my God, was that our brunch?
Yes.
Our karaoke brunch? You were definitely casting.
I definitely casted that day. It was karaoke brunch and the Farcaster meetup that night. Yeah, 2 years ago. I'm like, there's no way I didn't cast that day.
So so things get if your casts get trimmed, or off of the protocol. Yeah. This app, when I was looking at mine, and it said like your first cast was mine was like 2024. Yeah. But I joined Farcaster in 2022, and I did cast in 2022. So
yeah, for sure,
23 or whatever it was. So
no, it was 22. Yeah, you joined in 22. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so these numbers, although impressive, don't mean much.
And now you're worth. I mean, this is the other thing is if you can't trust numbers, like don't spend any time worrying about them.
Don't worry about it. This is from the Ethereum Foundation. Ethereum security comes from its stakers. A guest thread about Ethereum staking, doing so as independently as possible, and community making all the difference. I'm Jonathan Meyer, Executive Director of EthStaker, and I'm excited to share how you can take part. So this is very cool. There's also an EthStaker stream coming up. I think it's this week. I think I saw Chaskin post about that. And very interesting thread, though, if you are interested in learning more about staking, especially solo staking, this is a fantastic thread. I love EthStaker and everything they've been doing for years to promote staking, especially solo staking. So take a peek at that. They still have a very active Reddit community. They started over there on Reddit and still super active over there.
Prof, do you have a desire to stake?
I did for a while, and then I just realized I'm never going to get to the 32 ETH worth of being able to stake. So I don't know. I think for me, it's probably not right, but I do stake in a pool. So I do some staking with Rocket Pool. So I do have a little bit there. And then I also do some staking for other things, for other coins in different places. Those are different, though. Those aren't the same.
Have you staked?
How about you? What's that?
Have you staked your yak shit?
I have not staked my yak shit. We need a place to stake that. Hey, we're going to, no, we're not going to talk about that. I don't know if I can talk about that.
Okay, you can't.
I know something, but I'm not sure I can talk. Anyway, somebody somewhere maybe creating something that might help you with that goal, and more to come when it's ready.
Okay. To be clear, my goal is not to stake yak shit.
No, you don't want to stake yak shit? Should you want to do that? Should you want
no,
to
but I think solo staking is just really cool and interesting. And in the same way where I used to want to run a Farcaster hub, not because I thought I was getting rewards, but it's kind of cool to participate in staking.
That to me is a little different, but yes, I agree.
But how do you contribute to the decentralization and robustness of the network? Maybe today's been about manifesting and just thinking kind of distant future. So I'll plant a seed. Maybe GM Farcaster, when we get our 32 ETH treasury, we'll do some staking.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. As long as I can still pay the bills, I'm good. I'm good with it.
Yeah, with your rewards.
Absolutely. Sounds great.
Your staking rewards, of course.
Sounds great. This from Jeff, and I really like this. I don't know if anyone can relate this, but any money made from rewards goes right back into Farcaster-based ecosystem. Any friend that is launching a token, immediately purchase, top blast all of them. I don't know about top blast, but I'll throw you a little something there. Ride it to the bottom, then do it all over again. That's the power of my friendship. Some call it being a horrible trader. I call it being a loyal friend. That's just how I do it. That's just how Slime shows love to his twins. Very funny, but I do the same. My rewards pretty much circle back in. This was so funny. I don't know if you saw this. This is
yes. So but it was also
is this real?
No, it was not real. It was manufactured.
Okay. That makes more sense. So
okay.
They know each other. But it was funny because like
these are like the subtle jokes. Yeah. Subtle jokes on the network. It has to be. By the way, Six or Greg, if I'm wrong, like feel free to DM me. But I would bet, I'm not a bettor, I would bet a lot that this was a manufactured joke for the feed.
Like they have to know each other at this point. So
I don't even think they're at the cafe. I think they're just fucking with each other on the stream. Oh, I have to worry about, by the way, did you listen to All In this past week? And Friedberg was talking about the YouTube algorithm and how they thought they were being shadow banned because they're, no, they were using curse words.
Oh.
And things were getting flagged as like for different controls. And I know, okay.
Anyway, so we probably should stop talking about yak poop.
Yeah, like apologies if I yak poop.
If we offend anybody. I see the Minted Merch crew down at our green room. We're going to bring them up in just a couple minutes. Got a couple more quick things, and then we're going to bring them on up. This, just to read this, so those who aren't looking at the screen know exactly what we were talking about. Six had posted at the cafe talking to my buddy about building on base. This one dude, it feels like he's eavesdropping on us because when I mentioned base, he sort of perked up and then started typing something. Similar thing happened like 6 or so days ago when I mentioned Hyperliquid. And then Greg had posted back at the same spot. And now two guys are talking about building on base. Can't make this up. So it was Greg. I think it's a setup, but if not, it's pretty freaking funny. And this from you, just really quick. I love this. Farcaster changes you. And this was you recasting.
Hey, wait, just going back to the 6 Greg thing.
Oh God, okay.
Just to complete the circle. If you click on Greg's cast, he quote casted himself from 2 weeks ago saying, just overheard somebody talking about Hyperliquid at a cafe.
Yeah. That's what he was co-casting.
Like it was full circle and they're funny. But anyway.
It was really funny. So this last thing from you. Whoops. Why do I keep getting this messed up? Farcaster changes you. And then you went on to talk about it was from a year ago. Before Farcaster, had never been on a podcast, never a live stream, blogged a few times, had a few internet friends, not into DAOs. After Farcaster, host podcast, co-host a show on Lonely. Wow. Regular Substack, internet besties, bid on Purple DAO token, reply with your BFC AFC list. So funny. All right. Hold on. I got a couple quick things from Clanker. And then we're going to bring up Minted Merch. I got to just get my links ready because we got a whole bunch more things to talk about with them. But first, so we are really excited, and for those of you who missed that announcement, that we do have Clanker as our new Spotlight partner on Mondays. The clank sound is just so funny.
Guys, if you're listening and you find the clank sound really annoying, please let me know because I'll stop hitting the button. But I wish people knew where the sound came from.
Funny. Where did it come from? How did you make that sound?
Do you not know?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Check your email, girl. Okay. You guys, StreamYard comes with all these sound effects. So that sounds like a sound effect. That is not a sound effect. That is literally Moon Poppy in his kitchen, probably in his underwear, banging 2 pots together to make a clank clank sound. And
you just came up with that. I didn't know that was the one that Moon sent.
Yes, he sent it. It literally,
it's going to be okay. So we asked Moon Poppy for a clank clank sound. I thought it was going to be him saying clank clank.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I asked. That's what I thought I asked for, but I just asked for a clank clank sound effect.
I'm dead.
And he said he brought out pots and pans and clanked for us. So I apologize if that sound is annoying, but it's, if you know
I'm
the
dead.
lore.
I'm dead. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Okay. So before we bring up minted merch really quick, I want to just remind everybody, this happened last week. Sniper Tax is now live for all new token deployments. So this is Clanker SDK v 4.1.21. An 80% tax will be applied to early buys to prevent large accounts of token supply being purchased, decaying to 5% over 15 seconds, after which it's turned off. Sniper Tax info is also visible on token pages plus API. Now feel free to clank from your own EOA. So this is to kind of combat the sniper bots who go in and buy every single token and try to snap it up and then immediately dump. So hopefully that is helping. I did hear from, I think it was Ramsey, who said somebody reached out. They wanted them to pay the tax on the Clanker he launched because they were upset about it. It's like, oh, okay. Okay, bot. Thanks so much. This from Toady. Oh, one last thing before I lose you for the weekend. You better not sleep on Clanker Eco, Anon, clank, clank. Clankers do it better. A 1-month celebration of the Clankerverse coming next month only on Betterment. So something else happening this month. I guess Clanker is stepping it up for the month. And you can go to clanker.world for all the info and see the latest top 24 volume, all the info, see what new clankers have been launched and all the cool stuff. And then this was reposted by Dish, and I pulled this up so we can then introduce our friends from Minted Merch. This is Kat and Savage wearing their Eat, Sleep, Clank repeat shirts, and I just ordered one. So this is very exciting. So we're going to be doing each Monday, we're going to try to do a Clanker Spotlight. So this is our first Clanker Spotlight. Very excited to bring up the fabulous folks from Minted Merch, Cat Cartel. Whoops, I got to go to this one. Cat Cartel and Savage. There they are. Very nice. Yeah, I love your Minted Merch. It's got a little neon glow too.
Yeah.
Love it. I have my bag. Bag. But I am waiting. I'm waiting on my shirt. I can't wait. So I ordered the shirt and the Gadoopy hat, which is freaking hilarious. So
there may or may not be another special gift in there too.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Very excited. Can't wait to see. So this is exciting. Very easy, very nice interface for ordering, by the way. Looking for where's my post? Oh, here we go. I was looking for my little post with there you go. There's my hat. And I got the same shirt you're wearing. So very exciting. Easy interface to use, a lot of fun. We're going to dive into it all, but let's start with this. So I want to, actually, let me start here. So where tokens meet merch. So let me just read this and then we're going to dive in. Hold Minted Merch to unlock exclusive collaborations, custom merch orders, token-gated discounts, and a growing community. Our mission is to connect on-chain communities with merch that fuels growth. Founded by Cat Cartel and Savage, you can shop online at mintedmerch.shop or right inside our mini app. Are you ready to create some merch for your on-chain community? And then you had done this, which was an important PSA about the token itself, Minted Merch, $ Minted Merch. When Cat Cartel and I launched the official Minted Merch token on Clanker 33 days ago, we reserved 33% of the supply by doing a 3% dev buy and a 30% Clanker vault, which was locked for 30 days. Our goal from day one has been to keep the community at the center of everything we build. How we plan to use the supply: 3% dev founders, 5% ecosystem growth, future team investors, 25% community initiatives, airdrops, staking rewards, more info TBA. In our effort to be as transparent as possible, we have taken the following on-chain actions last night, this morning. Claimed the 30 billion minted merch from the Clanker vault to my Clanker deployment wallet, savage.eth. Sent 1.5 billion tokens to basechimp.eth. I assume that's you. And 1.5 billion tokens to get Car Cartel from minted merch. Oh, it's not her. Deb and co-founders, initial Deb. Bye. Sent 10 billion tokens to mintedmerch.eth for immediate community initiatives. More announcements in the coming days. Sent 5 billion tokens to Minted Merch Ecosystem Team Growth Wallet. Sent 5 billion tokens, each 15 billion to 3 Minted Merch community wallets for future airdrops, staking rewards, and community initiatives wallet addresses. 2 main reasons we split the tokens. HT Toady Hawk for inspiration, operational security, on-chain optics. We'll add this list to community wallets to the official tokenomics section of our site. And there's a whole beautifully designed little chart there. Love it.
Cat magic.
All right. So that was a lot.
Contribution.
Didn't even say hello. I just dove right in.
This working?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Kat.
Okay. Making sure. We didn't do an actual proper sound test prior to this, so I'm like wanting to make sure this and the image flips, so when it's being played back, it's not a backwards merch like how it is for us right now.
You're good. You're good. It looks good. Looks good on our end. So
Pat, you mean our producer didn't contact you to do the sound check earlier today?
I'm not new to this. I feel like at this point, this is like my second time being on here. I should be a little more familiar, but we're doing it on Savage's computer. So the lighting's different than it is on mine. We sit back to back. We turned our living room into just a workspace for both of us because we're 24/7 working. So we don't have like a couch or like a lounge area. But my lighting
is just one big podcast studio.
100%. But I like my lighting over there better. So I'm like leaning. It's a little weird for me. I'm trying to get my right angle. I don't know if it's working for me.
You look gorgeous. You look gorgeous. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
I'm so happy to be doing this today. I'm so happy it's the first Clanker feature that we're doing on the show. I was so excited when you announced you were going to be doing that because we're just huge fans of Clanker. You could tell by the bag. I was going to tell you, by the way, about that bag. So when we originally approached Dish about making the bags, we knew we were only going to make about 10 of them, and it was going to be for Basecamp. And I had said, hey, we're going to put like the little minted merch ticker on it. These are just going to be like our samples just for Base. So anyone that has us knows it's like a Basecamp exclusive. If you know, you know. If you met us, then you might have one. But the shirts, that was removed. So the shirt is the exact same thing. It just doesn't have the ticker on it. So that's going to be like the only difference. That bag's a little bit more, I guess, special.
Custom.
Yeah.
A little custom.
Little ticker on it, but I'm so happy.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited for my shirt. I'm excited to have it. Hopefully I'll have it in time before my next crypto conference that I'm heading to. So, which will be great to take it with me. So let's talk about minted merch. Where did the concept come from? Like, why did you want to go down this road? Is this something you had been doing before? Like, give us a little bit of a background on pulling this all together and launching.
So I've given Sav permission to squeeze my leg if I go on a rant or a tangent. I will talk forever. I think you probably know that because the first night I found you, it was end of day, and I'm like, okay, we're just talking forever until the fire went out.
I could have talked to you for 3 more hours easily.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. We barely scratched the surface. Yeah.
I know. And afterwards I was like, oh, there's so many more things we could have talked about, like music and other shows and just all of the things. But so Sav and I actually met at an NFT event. We were both already in Web3 for at least a year prior to meeting, but we were in the same community. We had both volunteered to be, I was a bartender, and then I ran an art booth the second day because it was a 2-day event. And he also volunteered and drove up. So we met each other. That's kind of the start of our story. But immediately on our first date, I was thinking about it the other day, we were talking Web3, right? Because it's our common thing. We didn't know each other outside of Web3. We didn't meet, IRL just at a coffee shop or something. So our very first date, we were driving to dinner, And I remember asking him like, so what is it you do like in Web3, I guess, on chain? And he was doing a weekly newsletter. Was it weekly or it was weekly, right? Not daily.
I think it was daily for a little bit. And then I switched to weekly because I could not handle daily.
Many such cases.
Recaps. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I was peddling my art, I guess you could say, in Web3. But I was in the creative space over there and on Twitter. And somehow I guess we both just love merch, period. Like we buy all of the things. It doesn't have to be our merch. Like this mug is from a Goons community store. So like we use Web3 stuff all of the time. Our room is packed full of Chimpers plushies and stuff. So
love Chimpers, by the way. Timbers is one of a lot of people don't know this, but Timbers is one of the Nounders. He's one of the founders of Nouns, one of the 9 or 10. I think there's 10. And he was one of the artists. So he and Grumplin and Kaiboy, I think it's Kaiboy, were the main artists of the Nouns art. So yeah, so I love Timbers, love his art.
And they make really, really good merch. Yeah. They're also overseas, and a lot of the projects we were in, it takes time to get merch up and going. And with as fast as things were moving, even in 2021, 2022, if you needed to make, let's say, a plush and it's going to take 6 months for production, the community has moved on by then, right? So there was a need to be able to have merch kind of sooner than that. And we knew, because we were the people that were like, hey, we just want a shirt. A shirt is fine, because we love going to IRL events like Farcaster Fridays, that type of thing. We are at anything local that we can go to, and sometimes not even local, like base camp and stuff. So we just thought, let's look into how we can just combine kind of his knowledge of the web stuff and my knowledge as an artist. How can I use some of the IP that us and the other community members that are in the communities with us want to utilize their IP, and see how we can make that appeal to just everybody that might be in that community and make it fun. And so that's just kind of how Minted Merch started, was our love for all of the communities that we were in, and just the demand, right? Like most people didn't want to wait 6 months for a shirt to be released. Yeah. So we just try to figure out how can we make that available quickly and affordably. We want it to be good quality, but we also noticed a trend where some of the merch drops from other hyped communities were dropping, and it's 100 plus for a t-shirt, 150 for a t-shirt. Yeah. They're going with it's because we're high end, and it's like, no, you're extracting from the community, whether it's.
And also a lot of those were not high end. Like once you actually got them, like some legitimately are. Like I've had some that I'm like, hoodies that are super plush, and it's like, okay, this is worth it. But there's a lot that I've picked up. I'm like, this is not the price point you're giving it. It's cheap. Yeah. It's a cheap thing anyone can get on Vistaprint. Like it's not.
So really, we just wanted to make sure that people weren't getting sent something that they were being overcharged for and may or may not be low quality. And we felt like we could probably be good characters of like, we like this, we've tested it, we've watched this a million times, it stands up. If you spend your money, with us and how we do it, then it's probably going to last years. I had this shirt that I made printed up 2 years ago, and it's still held up, and I've washed it a million times, and it's just a design that says blockchain pride that I designed years ago, and it was one of the early items I had in the shop, just because I wanted to be generic and make it look like school mascot-y type thing. But
it's cute.
Thanks. So we try to make sure, and then we've got new stuff. So I'm wearing the old stuff, he's wearing the new stuff. It's still.
When is the better hat going to be available, by the way?
Very, very soon.
Okay.
I think we're at the final stages of prototypes.
And the hoodie too, because I know that like Burr was shilling that hoodie like crazy, and how like nice it was and soft and all those things. So we need the stuff. We need the stuff.
Super excited, but yeah, no, we're getting close to the edge with that. We've just been trying to get everything perfect. But yeah, super excited for it.
Adrienne, I don't know about you, but like half my wardrobe right now, most things that I wear on most days are merch. It's merch that I picked up somewhere, either bought or picked up at a conference or whatever. Like And I mean, look at you. Same.
Oh, that's why Minted Merch was created. Because like I said, we like to go out, even if it's just like a dinner that we have with some of our, other on-chain friends and stuff. And it's like, we just really enjoy showing up with like a hat or a shirt or whatever it is. And just, we love it, right? We're chronically online at this point. So like, at least we could sit there and, I don't know, wear a t-shirt or a hat that represents what we're doing. Our moms can ask like, oh, what is that hat? Oh, well, especially my dad, he loves.
That's the bad part though. That's the bad part. I don't want to have to explain to my mother what's that hat.
You know what? My dad is 82 years old, and the highlight of his day is when we unbox samples in front of him, because he doesn't.
Oh, I love it.
He's older.
I love it.
So we will open like the pins that we included in those bags. My dad loves them, and he loves the stickers. And he doesn't get out much. He's 82, and yeah, exactly. And so he just loves, and him and Sav will just sit there for hours talking about the merch. And it's
I love that. That's awesome.
It's really cool. So that's the one exception to explaining to my dad what this is, especially the Shredding Sassy, since that's a Sasquatch mascot character. He loves that. So.
We love a Sasquatch.
Important question from the chat.
When do
the dogs get merch?
When do the dogs get merch?
When does Farcaster's favorite dog get merch?
There's a lot of wiener dogs on Farcaster.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a lot.
It's odd, but it's true.
Weirdest combination. He's a wiener dog, pit bull, Labrador. So he's kind of like a miniature pit bull with the short legs and a long body, but like a Labrador's face. But he acts like a wiener dog. Like he
must be so cute.
He's the cutest.
Must be the cutest.
He's super
cute.
Super vicious.
Yeah, I also have.
Are you posting enough pictures of your dog?
I need to do more, I think.
Yeah, this is the key to the leaderboard.
Only if you want to get paid.
Yeah. It is the key. It is the key.
Bert needs friends.
Bert needs pics. Bert is waiting. Bert's in the chat waiting to find out when dog merch. I would love a Bert collection. I would buy that all day long. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just gonna throw it out there. Like, judging from the leaderboard, others would too.
I know you're listening.
I think you guys gotta talk.
Let's make it happen.
I think that would be amazing. All right, I want to get into the token part of it. And I had read the whole PSA, which Dish had shouted out as well and said, this is great, like real nice transparency for people who are buying your token. It really gives like, okay, this is, what would the token do? There you go, as a whole PSA.
We knew you were going to ask that.
I literally said that last night. He's like, what do you think she's going to ask? I said, what would the token do? Sound like. So that.
There it is. So talk a little bit about what your plans are there. Like, I know right now in the mini app, every day you have a spin where you can earn some minted merch, $ minted merch. And then that can lead to, depending on how much you're holding, different discounts and things like that. So talk a little bit about the benefits of holding it and maybe what you have planned. You mentioned staking. I'd love to know what you have planned there, things like that. And like any benefits to holding certain amounts and sort of those details. So talk a little bit about what you're thinking about in terms of tokens.
Okay, so it's a lot to unpack there. As far as the mini app goes, we have our daily check-in wheel, which you can go in there, spin the wheel, earn some points, totally free. You move up the leaderboard. If you don't hold any minted merch, you get entered into raffles to win minted merch. If you hold at least 1 million minted merch, you also get entered into raffles for free gift cards to use in the shop. If you hold 50 million or more minted merch, aka our merch mogul, then you can also win free merch with free shipping as part of those raffles, as well as a list of other benefits, including collab partnerships, custom orders, which we've been doing a few with JC recently. She's been taking that. Access to our chat, and then 15% off store wide as long as you hold. So those are kind of the big benefits to holding the 50 mil. What else am I forgetting?
Well, you already talked about the spinning, the leaderboard points.
Spinning, 1 million, 50 mil.
The chat. And staking. Then, yeah.
We have some things coming for staking that I can't really announce publicly.
Okay.
but something very, very cool that I'm excited.
I think I'm aware, and then I was like, oh,
Might
I don't
be.
think we can talk about it today.
Yeah, you might have an idea.
That's why I was like kind of saying something, and then I was like, we'll circle back to that when we have more information.
It's not going to be your typical staking. There's going to be a fun twist to it. So I can tell you that.
We love a twist. I think the more fun you can make it, the better. Make it a game, and then people want to play. So,
yes.
And you got somebody's attention in the chat. There we go. JC's in there going,
love it.
I spent the majority of my day yesterday from the time I woke up. I probably started about like 8:30 or 9 in the morning working on some stuff for JC. And I love doing like the mock-ups and the design and different twists and takes on things. And that was her second order since becoming a merch mogul. That's just custom for something that she needed for an event that she was going to. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's get creative. And then I thought, I've been really quiet on Farcaster today. People are going to think that I've just disappeared, but we've actually been, since we launched the token, pretty busy with custom order requests. And
that's cool.
I love that. If there's something that you want, a certain hat.
Is this just a one-off, or is it like a bulk order, or like what do you, when you say custom, like what do you mean?
This is literally just a one-off made to order item. So with JC, she was going to a certain work event and she wanted just one with a logo, but like a different twist, something that's a little more updated, because we're chicks. We don't necessarily want like the standard of what like maybe men are wearing, like on a men's shirt. So
I noticed you had a crop top for the new Eat, Sleep, Clank, Repeat shirt. So that was nice. That's good to see. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we might be, I also made a tank top version that I was wearing when we did the base camp recap for Banker that I think I might list just to have more options, I guess. Yeah. Whereas on Twitter or X, when we first started Minted Merch, women wanting product was such a minority because there just wasn't that many women in Web3, although we were fighting back in 2021 for, women in Web3 to be recognized. I think there were a lot of women that got scared off in the early days and just said, I'm not dealing with this. So we didn't have a lot of women customers. That changed once we came over to Farcaster, which I love.
Surrounded by women on Farcaster.
Which I love it. I love. So getting to, even send something to Burr or JC or you guys, I'm like, I get so excited. Like, let me do more stuff with you guys. It's my happy place. So like I said, I spent my Sunday morning designing some stuff for another order for JC. She's taking advantage of being a merch mogul and I love it. So it's an item. If you want just one shirt, we can make just one shirt. If you want a certain kind of hat or something that's not even on the mini app, we have access to over 500 items with our manufacturing facility. So if there's something like a dog leash that you want that specifically says, I heart Burtwurst or something, you can with us too. It's part of the utility of the token. Just come to us. If it's something that you don't see, but it's something that you want, we'll make it. We're trying to be, we're not trying to be, but we like to be kind of like a full service white glove concierge for merch. So
love it.
Doing things in bulk. It's
My dog would be so pissed if I put a leash on her that said, I love Burtwurst. So it's a great idea.
Your dog can read?
Yeah, she knows.
Wiener alert, though, with a little image of Bert.
Oh,
that would go hard.
Yeah.
That would go hard. Would buy all things that say that. I love it. That's great. So the other thing that I was thinking about too is like, I'd love to see if we can do a collab with you guys to find just do custom merch. We have our own little shop. It's, it is what it is. It's easy. It's a drop ship and it's, some cute, mostly mugs, frankly, because that's what you can see is hats and mugs.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do even for CastOut and have it be like a special, just exclusive small drop that lasts a short period of time, something like that.
I love that idea. I was still pretty new to Farcaster last year when you guys did CastOut. I think I was maybe 6 months into Farcaster, if that. I think we should do CastOut bandanas. So bandanas are one of my favorite things to design. They're very tricky and very hard, but I did it a few years ago for Lost Artist Collective, which was an artist collective that I was a part of. And I love the way the bandanas turn out. So we can actually do, and it'll be full on like Survivor looking.
I love it.
And we can even do buffs. Like we can do some cool stuff for that. So
I love it.
I'd love to do that. And here's the thing. A lot of projects do have their own standalone, or creators do have their own standalone stores, and that's great. But there's a reason that brands like Nike and Vans and Reebok have their shoes not just in their own Nike or Vans store, they also have it at Nordstrom's and Macy's and TJ Maxx. The more exposure, the better. So it doesn't mean you can't sell your own Nikes in your own store. It just means that if you also sell those Nikes at the mall, now you might have extra people who are seeing your brand awareness and stuff like that. So we love when people have their own stores, and like, please do that too, because that's a direct way for a customer to get to you. But also we have a whole network and community that we'd like to expose them to, especially if we love you as a creator or a project or podcast, right? Like, let's put some stuff in the store. Let's just get more of you out there. Yeah,
totally. And I'd love to do, and I'd love it to be something that's like exclusive with you all though, and have it be like, this is where this, this is special. You can only get it here, and have it be like a special thing. So we'll chat because I think that would be a lot of fun. Adrienne, what other questions you got? Oop. Nope, you're muted. She keeps muting herself. She's just back from Mongolia and having issues.
Wow. I just said, apparently there's demand for bandanas.
Yeah.
The people like the bandana idea. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I will buy every bandana. That is so funny.
Yeah. All the bandanas are coming. Yeah. That's so funny. All right. So bandanas it is. The people want the bandanas. Also, that would show up on here. That's another thing we can actually show on screen, because we've limited, only from here to here that you're going to see us. So
yeah.
That's a bit of there. And that's the other thing is we will wear your stuff. we like it. We will wear it. I have the hat too, sitting over here. Go ahead, Adrienne.
Adrienne some stuff too. We honestly thought we were going to see you at base camp this year. We knew that you were in Mongolia, and we had to talk about it. And he's like, she's probably going to be there.
She wouldn't miss base camp. No, I'd miss it for Mongolia too.
Yeah. When they announced the timing of it in September, not August or whatever.
Yeah, it was August the year before.
I was like, I had already had this trip planned. I'm like, I'm gone for most of September. So no base camp. I was so sad.
But apparently she remembers vaguely sitting on a bus with you two at the first base camp, maybe?
That's funny, because I was going to bring that up and I was scared you weren't going to remember that. It was GM Farcaster you were a part of when we met, because I think you just said, I'm on some podcast. And I was like, oh, awesome.
I just said, and Savage, I wasn't even following you until like 5 minutes ago. So I apologize. Total
you're good.
Embarrassment.
You're good.
But also, no one get offended if I don't follow you, because I am just dumb. Like, it's never intentional.
I'm the same way. I do remember that one was a rough one, right? Because we were like out in the wilderness pretty much. I remember being like covered in dirt because we were walking around the forest. So like dirt was just all over. We were sweaty. It was hot.
It was hot.
There was no
so
hot. And I remember that was really late at night. We had hiked up this like hill to get to where the shuttles were. I remember one of the guys walking over and said, do you guys need a shuttle back? And I said, yeah, how can you tell? He said, you look like you're done. I was like, oh God, you can read that on my face. And then immediately after that, Adrienne gets on the same shuttle, and I'm trying to my body was just broken. I was hot. There was literally no AC. Food was few and far.
Yeah, the AC issues. Yeah. Oh man, It was rough. It was rough. That's year
how
was
memories are made.
Much different.
That's how memories are made. Yeah. Listen, you can throw a conference in Vegas and everyone gets AC and lots of
gambling, and neon.
We don't need more gambling. But
we don't.
Yeah, but you don't remember. They're not as memorable as the mountain adventures.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of mountain adventures, and we already talked about this on the base camp recap, but you guys definitely had a mountain adventure at base camp where you got stuck at the top.
Yeah.
My legs hurt for like 5 days after that. I
can't even begin to tell you how lucky that Rachel and I were that we were off that mountain when that happened, because it was right after we got back. Like,
you know,
literally.
It was one of those, I feel it was kind of like a Survivor situation. At first, and Tony mentioned this, we made the best of it. We're like, no big deal. There's a bar here. We're going to have a couple of drinks. It's fine.
And a couple of drinks wore off.
And they shut the bar too. They're like, okay, we're going to shut the bar. So now nothing's open. No food.
Oh, God.
And so then we were like, okay, we're all out of drinks now. You want to reopen the bar for the fact that like we're stuck up here? Because there was no reason for them to close it really. It was 3 p.m., right?
That's weird.
So it's a really odd thing to do. So now we're up there and the drinks have worn off a little bit. And it's like, okay, well, we can't stay up here forever. Now, if the drinks and there was food and stuff, we probably would have stayed
We also
up
had
there.
events down on the mainland that we had to go to. So we're like,
well, and Apex's family was down
there.
there.
Apex's entire team was like waiting for him. So I think
the
he
kids
like
were there.
sprinted down the mountain.
Yeah. They were waiting, just standing around like, where are you? And he's like, I can't get down. So they said, well, you can go ahead and hike down. It's like a 2-hour hike down. And all the guys
they said 1 hour. I don't know that I would have signed up for 2.
By the way, if you've never hiked down a mountain, it sounds easy. Hiking down is easily, infinitely harder than hiking up.
Because you know what happens is you think I can just throw myself off this mountain at any point.
No.
Like I'm just done. I want to rappel off the side and just.
Or that the ground is solid. It's like all loose gravel. Like we were falling on our butts the whole way down.
And you're working different muscles. Like you're not working the like the up muscle. It's all the stability. Like you're pulling back. It is. Yeah.
That was a wake up call to how out of shape I got.
There were a lot of young people off that mountain realizing they are not in as good shape as they thought they were.
And I wrestled and I was a mover in my past life. So that tells you something.
Wow, that's wild. But I'm really glad that you made it down. You guys ended up grabbing an ATV ride or something.
You got one.
I did. Well, I think I mentioned there was an older couple that saw me struggling as I was walking down, and I'm having hot flashes at the same time. And I didn't have water or anything because it was supposed to be just a short gondola trip up and down. So I'm like, I was dying. And the older couple said, honey, you should probably ask this ATV coming up if they can just take you back. And I was like, oh God, that's a bad sign if they were doing better than I was. So yeah, an ATV came and he said, well, you can put a helmet up. I have to go to the top of the mountain and pick everyone else up, but you can hitch a ride. So I did that. And I passed Sav on the way down and Flood and Moon Poppy, and they're just waving, and I'm there with the helmet on like I'm being saved at this point.
Oh, that would have absolutely been me. There was no way I would have made it down the mountain otherwise. So, oh my God, crazy. Okay, before we wrap up with you all, what did we miss? What else did you want to highlight? Merch parachute.
I didn't even pull. The chatters are hilarious today. I don't know who YouTube user is, by the way. But
yeah, tell us
the ideas. Like everyone just wants to come up with ideas for merch, and it's funny how much I love what you guys are doing because, and you kind of talked about this. You just have such a big surface area to have fun. Like,
totally,
and everything can be merch.
I want people to know the takeaway with this is like, we're not here to extract from any communities. We're here to help strengthen and build the communities because we both have IRL day jobs that we work 40 hours a week. We easily add another 40 hours on top of that with just minted merch stuff. And usually when we're done with work, it's minted merch until 10:30 at night when we're like, okay, time to go to bed. I spent, like I said, most of my Saturday and Sunday just doing custom merch because as an artist and a designer, I just really love to do it. And that's why we make sure that the products we put on the website and the mini app are affordable. They all have token gated discounts on it. There's not a ton of profit in it for us. We do profit splits with creators that we're collabing with as well. But we don't have things priced high because we're not in it to make money. It would be great if one day
it takes off. Yeah.
Full time, but we've been plugging away at it for a couple of years. and we've stayed. We show up every single day. We build every single day. The profits and stuff isn't necessarily the main thing. We just genuinely enjoy collabing with communities, creators, and just people in general, because we love the space. And like I said, it's how we met, was at an NFT event. So it's kind of like it's our thing that we have in common that brought us together, and I think kind of keeps us together through everything. So yeah, we just want people to know, like, hey, we love collabing. Like, let's do it for the love of, the community and stuff.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And by the way, this was so funny. This post was so good. We're Pepe's wearing the shirt. So
and
funny.
a veil hat.
And the hat, in the veil. Yeah, in the hat. Fantastic. One other question before we let you go. In terms of shipping, do you ship everywhere? Do you have limitations? Is it just US? I know there were some questions about that on the timeline.
So we are able to ship internationally. We have 6 different partner manufactured facilities, US, Mexico, Brazil, the UK, Spain, and Latvia, I believe it is, if I'm counting that right.
I can't think of a country we haven't been able
Canada.
to ship to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Obviously, when stuff with the US tariffs hit, that made shipping a little wonky. Some of the pieces that we offer are only made in the US, although we can still ship international. We just have to be very mindful of the current administration and the tariff agreements that are going on.
Yeah.
We don't want tariffs and all the extra custom fees to be passed on unnecessarily, because it's, at the end of the day, just hopefully going to disappear in 2 years when 2-3 years when everything gets sorted back out. But we can, for the most part, manufacture and fulfill out of the US to avoid that. So shipping, we haven't had a problem with shipping internationally.
Okay.
You don't see your country in the mini app for whatever reason, please reach out to me and we'll get that resolved, whoever's listening.
That might be useful too for, I'm thinking way ahead to FarCon Rome, because I am not dragging. Usually it's me and like 2 additional suitcases in addition to my actual suitcase for merch to bring to FarCon. It will not be happening this year. So we'll need to plan accordingly.
When is FarCon Rome supposed to be? Is that May?
Sometime in May. Yeah, we don't have the dates yet, but early May.
I wish we did, because I want to just be able to buy tickets already. I have a Google Watch flight tracker thing that's set up like through their Google AI stuff, and the prices keep going up in May, and I'm like, I just want to know what date. It started out like fairly affordable.
Limone, Limone, we need you to make a decision.
Far, but we want to come. We donated, so we've got our spots, and we want to.
Amazing. Yeah, same. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for popping by. Anything we missed? Did we miss anything that you wanted to share or talk about?
I don't think so. We do have some really cool collabs coming up that I think everybody's excited about. I know that and Sab does great at posting. So I know that he's been very good at posting transparently and like trying to keep up. There's a lot of things that are really cool happening behind the scenes that we haven't been able to announce yet. And it's been that way for a couple of weeks. So I'm just really looking forward to kind of rolling some of that out. So just keep an eye out on new stuff that's coming soon.
Turn on notifications in the mini app too.
Notifications on. Yeah, add the mini app and then you'll get the notifications. So yeah, for sure. All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We do have a couple more things we're going to dive into real quick. So we're going to let you go, but thank you so much for being here. We loved having you here.
Thank you so much for having us.
That is our first Clanker spotlight, and thank you guys so much. So I'm going to bookend that. We're going to bookend it. Clank. I can't get over the clank. It's so not what I expected. So funny. They're so great.
Moon Poppy clanked pans in his kitchen.
I can't get over that.
Recorded it and sent it, and that's what you're hearing. I'm never going to get over it.
I'm never going to get over it. It is not what I expected. It's so funny. Couple more quick things. Mostly just funny stuff on the timeline that I'm bringing up right now. And just funny things that people did over the weekend. And not necessarily good things. As soon as I can get it to come up. So really quick few things that were popping up on the timeline. This stupidity. This is from Zinger. Oh yeah, let's hang a Pumpfun flag on the Hollywood sign. I'm sure that will really improve people's perception of crypto and provide an approachable on-ramp to the space. Will be interesting to see how Alana and team respond. In my opinion, they should not encourage this kind of sensational behavior. So if you missed it, there were some folks on a Pumpfun stream who were arrested for hanging a Pumpfun flag on the Hollywood sign. And this thread literally has the whole entire thing on it. Like from before they got up there, shows them hanging the sign, shows the arrests, and shows this guy telling the cops that he does not have anything on video. But then he posted it all on Twitter. So, okay, interesting choices. So yeah, that's what's going on over there on Twitter. And then meanwhile, over here, oops, come on. I know you can do it. Yeah, just so funny. I'm like, what were you thinking? This one is so cute from Try Emerge. This is the Peanuts version, and it made my Crypto Ray Ray into Snoopy. It snoopified it, and I just thought that was so adorable.
Very
so
cool.
I do like Emerge. It's really fun. If you haven't tried it, go try it. You can create your own workflow as well. So you can create your own idea, or
I think I'm the only person of all 37 people on Farcaster that has not tried Emerge yet.
I
don't know why. I don't know why I'm not making a stance. I just haven't. So now it's a thing. Now it's a thing. I can't.
Now it's a thing. Now it is a thing. You know what else is a thing? The amount of vegetables on my timeline. What is going on? So this is from
season.
This is from Siege. Tons of tomatoes. This is from Bricks Bounty. Now I expect it from Bricks Bounty. I mean,
because he's a farmer.
Because he's a farmer. And he goes into all the different crops and things that are happening right now. But then we also had you. Whoops, that's not the. Here's the post. The summer garden hasn't given up yet. Cherry tomatoes. You got some green tomatoes. You got a whole bunch of parsley. So people started dropping parsley recipes for you, and tabbouleh incoming, which is funny.
What else are you doing with that much parsley?
And this from Erica, her first ugly produce box this weekend, which, really good idea if you have something like that in your area, because these do not look ugly at all, but they call it ugly because they don't meet the beauty standards of the grocery store. So anyway, tons of vegetables on my timeline. Like there should be a way to prevent that. Because I prefer other things like, let's see if I can get this to come up. Christian Rap app is telling you to eat your vegetables. Exactly.
And Pumpfun is getting arrested. So we're not doing ourselves any favors.
We are not the same. We are not the same. This from Burr in the 1 to 9 Derek meme format. The worst candies, whatever is in the orange wrapper, worst Halloween candies, Good and Plenty, Dots, Candy Corn, Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Smarties, Necco Wafers, and Almond Joy. And I could not live with this because how dare. So this is my Orange Justice. There you go. Candy Corn, Orange Justice. I needed justice for the candy corn. So I agree, though, whatever is in that orange wrapper, apparently it's a now and later. I don't know, but it's gross. Don't ever eat that thing. Agree with the Good and Plenty. Dots. Mary Jane needed to go in there. Have you ever had a Mary Jane?
I think so.
Worst. Awful.
Oh, no. Or Mary Jane, is that the peanut one?
No, it's like it's a caramel. kind of thing. It's a caramel. I don't think it's a peanut. Is it have peanuts in it? I don't think so.
Is it hold on. I gotta Google.
It's like a
it's
weird little candy.
Does
it have peanut flavor? I don't know. That I'm not aware of.
I think they're peanut butter flavored, yes, they're delicious.
Okay, maybe they're peanut butter. I do not care for them. Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Tootsie Rolls I had to add in there. Sugar Daddies I had to add in there, and Almond Joy. So I added in all those things.
I agree with a lot of your list.
But also, how dare you? I love me some candy corn. Candy corn is one of my favorites, but only at this time of year, and then I will not eat them again for the whole year. But that was for Derek. I'm eating candy corn on air because Derek
take that, Derek
went at me. You went at me in the comments section. He was, not happy with my choices.
And took it to other threads as well.
It's in the other thread.
Couldn't even leave it. Oh, I was like,
I'm like, where is it? I know he went at me. It was over here. Yeah, because he went into the Beatles as well. Now she likes the Beatles and hates Ringo Starr. The fact that Nana Frost likely leads the candy corn cabal is not surprising in the least. This is a conspiracy theory. It's fully on brand. There you go. And I also say GIF, not GIF. And I will die on that hill. So there you go. So anyway, that's it. That was all the fun stuff. Just a few last things. Adrienne, anything I forgot?
Absolutely not. Super excited for going into spooky season so we can eat candy corn all month.
That's right.
And
clank away.
Moon's in the chat now.
Oh, hey, Moon.
I don't know if he heard us talking about him earlier.
Got to put that back up too. Moon, we were not expecting the clank of pots and pans, but we'll take it. We were really just expecting you to say clank. But
the pots and pans are amazing.
It's amazing. It's hilarious and amazing.
So good.
So thank you, Clanker. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. We will be back on Wednesday at our usual time, I believe, right? Just our usual 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And until then, anything else?
Bert, stay away from the chocolate.
No chocolate, Bert.
Candy corn for you, dude. That's it.
Probably shouldn't have candy corn either, but definitely you can't have chocolate. You can't have chocolate. No chocolate for you. Bert, we have to be worried about you. It has not been outlawed. That is a rumor. The candy corn lives.
I hadn't heard that rumor.
Candy corn lives. All right. With that, everybody, we are heading out of here, and we will see you on Wednesday. Until then, bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.